Hey crafty scrappy mamas, it's Jess. So today, I figured I would share with you the mini book that I did for my son's first birthday. And last night, last night I was like, okay, I'm done. All I have to do is write the journaling. And I wrote it out last night and I was drinking wine. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. So in the morning, I woke up, and the first thing I thought of, I was like, let me make the video first, so I don't have any to like put flags or cover anything, and just show you where I'm going to do the journaling. And that way, it's just a lot easier for me. Alright guys, so let me get it. Okay, so with all of my Smash books, I have never done anything with the covers. The only thing that bothers me about this one is that it has like the big logo here. I may at some point do like a happy birthday stamp over one of the papers that were used in here, you know, and then put it down there. I'm not 100% sure. And right now I feel comfortable leaving it. I don't mind if I just, you know, like I said, none of my Smash books are covered. None of my Smash books have anything on the outsides. Okay, let's go ahead and get in. So this is the first page. This is actually the last page that I did. Let me cover up one side so I can kind of concentrate on telling you about each side. Okay, so it's just the side. Let me zoom a little bit. Yeah, it's just the side that just says happy first, Autumn baby. He's born October 12th. I used, this actually was a page from this mini Smash book. And then this paper right here is just a book that I bought at the dollar store that I ripped out because of the pages. I like the color of the pages and the writing, the font, and also the texture of the pages. This vellum that you see back here is from the Smash book. It is that first little vellum piece that's there. I use a little mini paper clip, clothespin. And this is glued down. It says smile. It's from Tim Holtz. That's also from Tim Holtz. This little happy is from a Mind's Eye. Autumn is from a sticker sheet, and this is from a sticker sheet too. I don't remember which one it is. I have everything. I kind of used a quote-unquote kit that I just threw together from stuff in my stash, and I did pick up a few fall things and like the pumpkin and such. You'll see. Okay, let's keep going. This page here is actually one of the last pictures we took of the day, but I felt like it was a good opening page because it shows all three boys together, because the whole day they were all three of them together. Maybe I should hold it up and do kind of like this. No, because then you lose some of it. Okay. So this is like corn stack right here and a flag. And, you know, they were just also happy. A little scarecrow, memories here, a few enamel dots. A lot of, like, the enamel dots and some of the layering that's underneath here was done after I did the main part. I went through and was like, is this lacking? Do I want to put a little bit more in there? And I just added where I felt I wanted to. This is the initial hayride is right here, and I did this simply on my computer. This was not an Instagram photo, but I just used a software called Pixlr. I'll have to link it below, and I just did a photo collage, or maybe I just did a photo collage. There's a little twine here, hayride sticker, fun. This I got at the Scrapbook Expo last year. And I did use photo corners on every one of the pictures because I just felt like that would tie the album in. This is the only landscape photo. And this is on the hayride, which was more like a tractor pulling a covered flatbed that had hay on it. But the boys loved it. It was good because it had a bench, you know. It wasn't like, you know, total hayride, but it was fun. The kids loved it. Obviously, the kids loved it. It doesn't look like he loved it, but he really did have a great time on it. It's just one of the pictures that I snapped where, you know, he wasn't looking all great. And the baby, we didn't want him sitting because we didn't want him, like, tipping over. So he just stood. So, it says, my family. This is a rub-on. My family's rub-on. Memories. Hayride. I printed that off from something I saw on Pinterest. Okay, and a little, like, date sticker thing. That's another thing I have to do when I do my journaling is fill in all the dates. This is the October 12th, actually, the day of his birthday. So that was nice that we got to go on the same exact day. Okay. Now, I love this that I did, but I feel like I'm not sold on this, not font. I'm not sold on this kind of like graphic. Something about it. I feel like maybe I should outline the apples. Something. It feels really flat. That's what it is. It feels really flat. Maybe I'll punch this and add a little twine. That's a thought. I didn't even think about that. That's a thought. I think I might do that. That might be my first place to go and see if that helps me. So this is another collage that I did on my computer that I printed out. Not on my computer. I think I probably did this on my phone and sent it to my computer and then printed it out. And it's just a collage. These were some of the better pictures that I took during the actual picking of the apples, which was the first stop on the hayride. You took the hayride out to the apples, you took the hayride to the pumpkin, and then you walked back to like the register because it was like right there. So that's what I did with this little Heidi swap arrow here, and I used a little Tim Holtz Distress paint, ink, just to ink that up. A little washi tape underneath there, backed underneath there. Alright, those two go together. This page goes together too. This one, you know, my husband Sammy's just holding the baby up, and it's so funny because he's so close, but he's not flinching because, you know, babies don't have that reaction. They don't have that, is that gonna hurt me? They don't know what it is, so they're just kind of like staring at it. You could bring a bug super close to a baby and they would never react unless like the bug flinched, moved, or like went to bite it. But if it was just sitting there, they wouldn't be scared of it because they don't know what it is. So it's the same thing with the apple. He's just staring at Apple Dad. Not that he wants to bite it or eat it or lick it, but he doesn't know what it is. And he's just like, or maybe he kind of knew, like, oh, that might be an apple, but why is it on the tree and not, you know, in the bowl at home, you know, kind of thing. This little tag here is from Snap. And it's underneath the picture. And it's hard to see, but this says moments to remember. You kind of see it there. And then this one just says, hiya, Apple. Another rub on right here. And just another little, sometimes not on all the pages did I go out layering, bam, bam, bam. I kind of was like, okay, this is simple. You know, you could really see what was happening here. And it's a really sweet, soft, simple moment. I don't want to, like, over embellish it. And then just here's another one of one of the pictures that I took from back here. And I just did a full size of it. And it's my oldest. And he has like the apple. It still has like the leaf on it. And he's getting it into his bag. And he's so excited. And he says, good times here. And so sweet. And pointing this way. Just kind of like pointing to where he's looking. Which is over here at me and the baby. But, and then there's like a bushel of apples in that little wheelbarrow. I'm holding the baby here. Oh, so little bird here, a little tag here. I think I want to add a little enamel dot or something in this area here. It feels like it needs one more thing to kind of pull it all together. Now this one was another one where I was like, oh, I love it. You know, but let me add a little bit more because there was a lot of dead space out here. Literally, it was like underneath the tree. So it was like the grass you could see, you know. And I was like, let me just add a little bit of something on the side here. Joy, it says here, a little apple, exactly where his eye line is. to this apple, because in the real picture there is an apple behind here. So it's exactly where he was looking, and I just thought that was cute. It says growing and delightful. I have to see where this is from. This is My Mind's Eye, and this is from that chipboard that I found at the Scrapbook Expo. If you have any questions, if you guys want to know where this is from, I'll pinpoint it. If not, you know, I mean, I'm sure you can find something else that has joy on it. Okay, and then it says Your Adventure. Then there's a big Granny Smith apple. This is actually from one of those like sample cards from the paint from like you know, Lowe's or Walmart or one of those places. I just took it and cut it out and then just backed it, and it just happened. I mean, I took it because I knew that I was going to be using it for this or for layouts. I wasn't sure when I took it what I was going to be doing with it, but I knew we were in the Granny Smith apples, we were in the red juicy delicious apples, so I knew I need some different ones, and this one just fit right here perfectly because there was a lot of dead space down here. But the baby's just sitting along the apples, and he wanted to pick some. He did pick those, and then there's another spot here for the date, which I'm going to fill in too. The next one kind of works together too. Another date spot. This is actually on the paper. This little cluster, see, this little cluster I love. This actually had something underneath it, and I was like, it was like lacking, and then I found this from the two-piece haul that I just got. So this is from October Afternoon, I believe, that cutout sheet. And I was like, oh, I love this so much better. So I just went and cut that out. And then I cut it to the wood because I believe it was like a 3x4 card. So I cut it out to look like the, you know, the middle part. And I just thought that worked better. Because underneath it before it said Hiya Fall or something like that. Or, yeah, Hiya Fall. And this one says Hello Fall. I just felt like it looked better. Now this page is a separate page here. So this one kind of counts as separate from this, but it doesn't have a photo on it. And this one here is just as Wonder, Carefree, or Carefree Wonder, whatever, whichever way you want to go. And a little apple here, a little tag from Snap, a little clear sticker. I believe I got that at Target. Had some woodland animals with it, that clear sticker. This is from Basic Gray. Probably the Fact and Fiction collection. It looks like that one paper. And he's actually handing over an apple that he found. At this point, this was on his first birthday. He was already walking, but of course, you know, the ground's uneven. So we were holding his hand, no problem. Okay. So this is when we first got to the pumpkin patch. So this was after another ride on the, another hayride. Tractor pull thing. So this was another this is another section of the farm, and I am going to be doing some, oh no, I don't think, I just have a date to fill in here. Too Cute for Words is this My Mind's Eye? Yes, it is My Mind's Eye. This little flag here is from Basic Gray. And it looks like he's being like held up by this stick, but it was just kind of like, you know, the baby waddle. So he's like leaning over, he's trying to get this pumpkin. It's an actual pumpkin in the picture. So he's trying to get that pumpkin, and he doesn't fall or anything. But then the next picture is of, you know, the boys kind of look the same. And then he's just like, huh? Like what? And then I put a sticker of a bigger pumpkin right there. Family Moments, Pumpkin Patch. These, this I definitely bought at Target, and it was the same one as the Scarecrow. Okay. Oops. And then this page here is when I'm going to do where I'm doing my journaling. So I'm going to be doing my journaling for the whole adventure, like the big journaling. I'm going to have a few notes, like that paper you just saw, was just notes on different pages where, I was going to be doing a little bit of additional journaling. So now this page here is one of those spots. I just haven't decided what I'm going to use to do the journaling. If I'm going to use this, cut it down a little bit to a banner, or actually use this banner, which is used somewhere else. So it kind of repeats, and that good. I might just trim it down just a little bit here and lose the top part and just do a little journaling on that. Because the baby found it says to the treasure, and it's relating to my son and the baby, and also the two little things he found. He found a little mini gourd and a little mini pumpkin. So I thought that was cute. And then this picture here is of my son here, just walking amongst the pumpkins in the patch. I just used different pumpkins from different collections. I even colored some in from, what is this from? I think this is from another card from October Afternoon. And these are some different pumpkin stickers. I just filled them in along because it kind of looks like, you can see there's pumpkins here, but, you know, I added a little bit more. I embellished. Okay, so the next one, the next page is just a big picture of the pumpkin patch. I believe, did I cut this down? No, I think I might have put this to Instagram. I might have just cut it down. Picture of the pumpkin patch. And just did some spotlighting with this frame here. And this is a big, thick 3D sticker. And I just did some layering here. And on here, this page, I figured, what can I put here? You know when you go on a trip and you're like, oh yeah, you know, we went on that trip when I was 16 and you were 12. And you were like, no, that doesn't make sense. We're only a year apart. Oh, okay. So we went on that trip when you were 13 and I was 12, and you were like, well, no, when you were 13, blah, blah, your hair was short. Okay, so you don't remember. What I'm going to do here is all the stats. How old I was, how old the baby was, my husband, what kind of car we drove, how long we were married, just fun stats, I figured. Just something to put on the page that we could be like, oh yeah, that's, you know, when that was. What year they were in school and stuff like that. So that's what's going on that page. Now this page here is so cute. Just our little pumpkin in the pumpkin patch, playing with the pumpkins. I love this grouping. I have to show you this one up close. I love this cluster here. I use a tag that's more like a summer tag. The circle that looks like sun rays, a pumpkin, cute together. I really love this cluster. It's one of my favorites. It doesn't even need enamel dots, but one might show up there anyway. Down here, I love this one too. A little date sticker. Some twine. Some almost like burlap twine, actually. A rub-on here. Let's get to the last page. This is the second to last page. And then, again, it's the same exact picture, because it was like the what? No, it's not, I lie. This one, the baby's looking. This one, the baby's looking down, but he's looking down into the saying, which I love. Happy day, autumn pumpkins, and this one says, such a happy day. And the boys have different expressions also. So that's this page here. And then even on, the only place that didn't get corners is this one, but it's a circle, so corners would not make sense. So this one here is the same day, obviously, he's wearing the same outfit, and so am I. It is later on that night. I treated the picture. I did it through Instagram, and just to relate, because it was too bright and the colors were off. So I did the colors relating to these pictures, and I just did this little frame. Now you guys saw on Instagram, if you follow me, at Crafty Scrappy Mamas, that the baby actually had picked up the book before it was finished and was kind of playing with it, and this was in the back cover and it was put in the garbage. I don't know if he put in the garbage for sure, or if one of my middle son put in the garbage, but anyway, I found it, thank God, in the garbage, because I had worked on this frame with the two happies and the little cluster of twine here, this little label that says first birthday, happy first birthday, little owl. And then, you know, some leaves here. So, I'm really loving this book, like I said, and it still has this. This one, the only one I think I need to cover. That doesn't make sense that high. So, I will work on something like that. But thank you guys for watching. I'll leave this one open here while I talk. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. Sorry it took so long, so let me just wrap it up now. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about what you saw, please leave me a comment below. Please like this video. I am going to take a couple of snapshots of some of the clusters I really love and post it on the blog, just so you can see it and then link it to this video. Okay, guys, bye!